We cannot wait any longer. The time for our action is now. Follow me, we will prevail.
She was 19 years old. They chained her to a pillar, stacked the wood high, and set her on fire.
Brothers, we are
Her
gathered
crime?
here today to seek
She
the
said
light.
God
Let
spoke
this
to
cross
her.
guide our path to
Centuries
unity and
later,
truth.
the church called her a saint. So what happened? Was she a holy warrior, or the victim of one of history's most calculated executions? Welcome to Behind the Crime. Step into the real stories, raw footage, and shocking truths. France, 1429. The 100 Years' War. The English were tightening their grip. The French crown was fractured. Fear hung in the air like smoke. And in a small village called Domremy, a teenage peasant girl claimed something impossible. Her name was Joan. She said she heard voices, saints, angels, commanding her to save France. Most have been dismissed, silenced, locked away. But Joan did the unthinkable. She demanded an audience with the future king. She cut her hair short, put on armor, rode at the head of an army. 19, no military training, yet soldiers followed her. In 1429, she led French forces to lift the siege of Orleans. A miracle, some said, a turning point in the war. She stood beside Charles VII at his coronation. Mission complete, or so she thought. Then came 1430, captured by Burgundian allies of the English, sold like property, taken to Rouen, put on trial, not for treason, for heresy, for wearing men's clothing, for claiming divine visions, for saying God chose her. The courtroom was stacked. English loyalists, hostile clergy, no defense counsel, no fairness. They interrogated her for months, pressed her, trapped her, threatened torture. She stood alone. The trial transcript survived, page after page of calculated entrapment. They asked her, "Are you in God's grace?" A theological trap. If she said yes, arrogance. If she said no, guilt. Her answer? If I am not, may God put me there. And if I am, may God keep me. She was 19, surrounded by seasoned clerics. They searched for inconsistencies, for slips, for anything to justify execution. They accuse her of witchcraft, of demonic influence, of cross-dressing to defy divine order. The real charge? She embarrassed the English. She inspired hope, and hope was dangerous. May 30th, 1431. They brought her to the marketplace. Crowds gathered. With piled high, she asked for a cross. A priest held one before her eyes as flames rose. Witnesses said she cried out the name of Jesus. Then silence, ashes scattered in the Seine. Erased, except she wasn't. 25 years later, a retrial was ordered. The original verdict? Declared null, corrupt, politically motivated. Joan of Arc was innocent. In 1920, the Catholic Church canonized her. Saint Joan, the heretic became holy, the condemned became sacred. Today, Joan of Arc is remembered as a national hero of France, a saint, a symbol of faith and defiance. Her trial records are studied in law schools, her story retold in films and books. But questions remain. Did she truly hear divine voices? Was she suffering visions we would diagnose differently today? Or was she a teenage girl used by powers far larger than herself, burned by politics, not by God? She died labeled a heretic. She lives remembered as a saint. And somewhere between fire and faith, the truth still flickers. Thank you for watching this episode of Behind the Crime. We share these stories not to sensationalize, but to remember the victims, learn from the past, and raise awareness. If you found this story compelling, consider subscribing and turning on notifications. We explore real cases that deserve to be told. And remember, justice doesn't always come quickly, but truth has a way of surfacing. Stay safe. Stay curious. Behind the Crime.